Hi, my name is ChiChai and I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I primarily work in painting and collages as well as in fashion design. My mom said that I started drawing when I was a baby. She said that already with frosted windows, I was drawing faces on them. And in theory, that sounds cool, but if you saw a baby doing that, her and my dad were like, oh my god, is she like channeling moo But no, I was drawing. So I think because my mom recognized early on that I was very drawn into creating in general, she super encouraged me to pursue it, always got me in stock with sketchbooks and markers growing up. And with, just her encouraging me and then me developing my own art growing up here in the Bay, a lot of my influence comes from street art and streetwear. So you could see like even just this turno. I love putting together my culture with that urban twist to it coming from here. And I think just bringing that all together definitely is kind of my origin story. I'm not sure if specifically an artist is what I always wanted to do. I knew I always wanted to do something creatively. I actually went to school for journalism and international studies, and I knew that I wanted to use my art as a way to combine with that academic study, and I just had different means of thinking of how to do it, and I'm really happy that eventually it led me here. The biggest woman inspiration in my life that influences my artistic form is really hard to pinpoint one person just because I was raised by a matriarch. I would say that the main source of inspiration would be that strong womanhood overall, and that's why if you look into my artwork, I always embody different landscapes, different parts of nature as women, because I think that they are just as strong as Mama Earth herself. The Bay Area and the film community out here has definitely impacted me in many different ways, especially because I grew up all over the Bay. So if I meet you from first glance, I'm gonna just tell you that I'm from Daly City, but really I'm from a lot of places. Like I've lived in Vallejo, Oakland, San Jose, as well as here in the city itself. So I'm already hella Bay as a as a starting point. But what I really love from moving between all parts of the Bay is finding our film communities in each of them and how we thrive and build each other up. Like, for example, I think I really dived into what even being film means to me when I went to college. I went to college in San Jose, joined our film org over there, and coming back to this side of the Bay, I taught at Galing Bata for a fellowship, so out here in Soma, and it's just really empowering and beautiful to see that no matter where no matter where us Pinays especially are at, we're there to uplift each other. I would really hope to believe that my art is there to uplift the community. Everything that I do with my artwork is to show that we are powerful, that we are beautiful in all different forms, and that we have so much to give, but we also deserve so much too. And I just hope that, my work speaks for itself. And in more literal terms, I do a lot of different types of community events, teaching workshops where I bring in art into the discussion of who we are as Philams and how decolonization comes into play, and just finding beauty within ourselves through art forms. There are different ways that I tap into my power, especially when it comes to mental health or burnout. There's different sources that I have to tap into for my power, but I think the biggest one is to just dive into nature and just take a break, cut loose from scrolling, and just get out and like walk outside and breathe in fresh air. And that is definitely the best way to just clear my head. Really just taking a break in general, but a scenic break. Yeah. I have 3 different things that I gotta use every single day. Number 1 is my bullet journal. I am really particular about making lists every week of my schedule, of my to-do, just because I am a hella galo Pinay. I have a lot of different things that I'm juggling, and a bullet journal is the way that I can visualize everything. And tying in with that, I have a lot of different pens too that go with it. I'm really particular about what pens I use, but I like it because as an artist, if I'm gonna be making my own type of organizer, I want to at least like what it looks like, And the third thing that I cannot live without, chocolate. Does that count? Yes. It's chocolate. Need a little pick-me-up. I am currently working on hella sewing stuff. Like you can see, I'm making these tote bags and these bucket hats, and I'm trying to kind of navigate through all recycled goods for my sewing projects. And I'm also working on some more paintings as well, but I just finished a really big mural with the help of V in mid-January. I think that's when we finished it, and so I'm trying to shift back into sewing since that took up a lot of time. Just going back and forth between the two. At Balay, I have done a few workshops. I've actually taught a lot of my virtual workshops here, but I'm really excited that we have the Kulay at Kwantahan watercolor series here. And in terms of my own personal stuff, I've sewn a lot of things just like those guys. I've made a few paintings, but I think the biggest achievement that I've done here was painting my murals for Couple Gardens. I think being perceived here at Balay, I definitely do feel confident in being introduced all the time as an artist, as a Balay Kreative, and I think there's a kind of form of respect that comes with that. It's like, oh, I made it. I am being recognized as an artist. I am being recognized as someone part of the studio.
What does being a part of Balay Kreative mean to you?
Home. I absolutely love being a Balay Kreative. I have been part of different arts organizations throughout the city as well as in Oakland, but this is definitely the first one where I felt like it's for someone like me and for people that are like me too. And it's great being able to ask for advice from the different folks here, especially because we all have very similar backgrounds, so I don't have to go into like too much context. Like we just get it, bahala na, And it's just nice being able to go somewhere to be able to create art in such a comfortable level, and also know that we're here as culture bearers. We're here to represent Philams in Suma Filipina. So I also think it's a great responsibility as well as a huge privilege. My dream project, I have to talk in twos because my art form is very different, with painting and then with fashion. So I think with fashion, I would really, really love to come out with a line of more badass looking Filipinianas like this and make it available for purchase. And then in terms of visual art dream project, I would love to have a outdoor big mural with scaffold. That's safe. Yeah.